everyone, and welcome back to another dev stream. So we are sorry about the technical difficulties earlier, but as you can see, we are starting as usual at 6 p.m. So hopefully everyone is here right now, and for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Pyrit, I'm the community manager for Vigor, and today I'm here with Loki.
Hello everyone, long time no see.
So today we are going to look a little bit into the 0.6 update, which is coming real soon. As you may already know, it's coming at the end of October. No exact date yet, but you will know really soon. It's going to be at the end of October, so it's really near. Thank you so much. Someone is telling me that I have a nice haircut, so thank you so much, guys. And I think that we can jump right into the 0.6 version of the game.
Essentially, we got a whole bunch of questions that we will be answering during today's stream.
Exactly.
But also, well, as I work on the project as a game designer, I don't really want to delve too deep into some technical or more like programming, sort of the things, which will be better to be covered on the next stream. But there are certain parts that we will go through anyways, and also there are some aspects of the 0.6 update that I'm really excited about, so that will be a good point to start. So yeah, here we go. We are in the shelter in our internal build with some new guns, with some work in progress animation speed, so nothing you like see considering the movement is not yet final for 0.6, so just a little disclaimer. We have beautiful nice shooting range. I think that most of these things were shown last stream
exactly.
as well.
Some of you guys may remember that we have already covered the shelter area with Petka and the last stream, but we are going to go a little bit deeper inside of the new crafting system and stuff like that, or we are going to talk about it at least.
Yeah.
We also have a few news we will share with you today, so stay tuned. And I'm also going to show you the new Founders Pack hat that you will be getting as a part of the 0.6 update in the stream, so you will have a closer look at it. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions, do not forget to put them in the chat. We already have quite a few questions from our forum, from our Reddit and stuff like that. As you may know, right now, before every dev stream, you will be able to ask questions before it, so we can prioritize them and make sure to address them during the stream. So
I see an exclamation mark. So one thing we are trying to do for 0.6 is to do a slightly better job in actually explaining the game, so it's easier and more approachable by new players, or even some veteran players as well. So we have like these marks over some of the parts of the shelter that can be used. As you can see, there's one over the map. There is no one over the crafting table area. That's because I already interacted with that, so those are not to stay forever. They are just to point the new players to those improvements, show them that they can actually do something with them. There are some tips as well.
Which is really cool, as you guys may right now see, and this is the issue that I realized when we were at Gamescom and there were many new people coming to see the game. And I think, of course, you too, because you've been there, sometimes it's really hard to explain it to new players like in a really short amount of time, so something like this could really help new players, definitely. And I'm loving it.
We have a question. I like that one. Is this game still as horrible as it was in beta? Thank you for asking. I wouldn't say so. There was a lot of good or great internal feedback on 0.6, especially considering the shooting mechanics. I think that the guys did pretty good job in making stuff better, more smooth, and we have a dedicated designer for balancing the weapons. The work is still ongoing. He was on the stream as well, like I think 2 streams ago it was.
Yeah, exactly. Like
so
2 streams ago, I
so
think so.
There's a lot of like improvements to be excited about, and so the team is working hard on making the game better. So yeah, we have some of these tips for the new players. But what I wanted to talk about a bit more is that we will be doing some significant crafting changes in 0.6. Something
Exactly.
was mentioned on the last dev stream, so I just would like to expand this idea from our point of view as designers. So basically, the original idea is or was to go to levels, find some weapons, bring them back, and then make an interesting decision. Do I want to risk the weapon? I'm sorry. Do I want to risk the weapon, try it, or do I want to keep it and destroy it and get a random part, eventually getting all the parts needed for the blueprint? And the blueprint allows me, obviously, to craft the weapon just for materials as much as I want, or as much as I have the materials. Um, in fact, there was no choice. The risk was too high in actually uh, basically losing the weapon. It's very easy to lose the weapon. So it was always more beneficial to just destroy it, get a part, and hope for RNG to grant me a blueprint. We didn't like it, and I think that we can do better. So instead, and I think I can just or
Okay. Just a few, just a little technical difficulties because you guys know sometimes it's really hard to kind of balance out the many screens we have
you
going
can
on.
show our beautiful faces once I
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. So I'm
do
going to
that.
show only our beautiful faces. Because right now I will just try to take you to us in this room, and yeah,
Got
three
it.
screens. There is the 0.6, version of the game, and then we have normal version of the game that is out right now, and then we have the chat going on, and some notes that we have for the live stream. So sometimes it's really hard to balance everything out, and with the inside version of the game, obviously, because
Yeah. So
you can
what was?
continue.
Oh, the weapons. So
The weapons.
it's not possible to destroy the guns for parts anymore in 0.6. You can still destroy the weapon, get materials, but well, that's kind of about it. I mean, um, you need to obtain blueprints just by getting the airdrop and looting it and have a bit of a luck and find a blueprint in there. And also there will be much less weapons in the levels because also it was sometimes like more beneficial to just go in empty-handed, hope for finding something. Eventually we have some points of interest. Uh, Animations. I discovered the warehouse, and basically yes. Instead, what you can find in the levels is weapon parts.
Yeah.
Directly, they can be found. They are specific for the weapon, but not numbered anymore. Instead, you just need to have certain number of parts of that weapon. You can put that weapon together instantly for no additional cost. So we want to let you try new things. Just find those parts, bring them in back to your shelter safely, assemble a new gun, probably a very powerful one. It doesn't matter if you are lucky, get the part. You have the gun, you can try it, and you don't really risk anything because you found it. Also, what we tried to
Yeah.
do is making looting easier. So you may have noticed that there's a lootable container, but in addition to that, we now have this small dot to make sure that you really
Which is
can find
something
it.
I think you guys are going to love because there has been like many threads on the forums and Reddit that sometimes it's really hard to loot stuff and people are confused which thing is lootable, which is not. So this is actually really perfect, especially when you come inside of the houses. Like it's really easy to see what is lootable and what is not. But I'm going to stop you for a minute because I see a nice question on our Twitch. Child12 asked, any mini updates before the major update? and any exact point when major update releases. So there actually is going to be a mini update happening probably even this week, I think. So there are going to be certain changes and fixes, so you can be excited to see that. And the major update is going to happen at the end of October, so it's going to be this month. But there is no exact date yet. Like, we do not want to give you any special promise on exact date and exact time and then risk
Yeah.
that we will be not able to finish it in time. So just know that it's going to be this month and it's going to be super perfect. So stay tuned for that.
And I just remember something. So there were some concerns also in 0.5 about looting cars. So I would say that works much better at the moment. I see the dot. I can easily interact with the car, get some loot. So
Yeah.
there's a little improvement as well.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of nice. Also about the looting, we have a few more tools to use now, so we are able to spawn a bit more of those tiny little containers like this. In general, one of the points of the feedback for 0.5 was just, yeah, it's really universally good to just look for cars. Everything is in there, so this way we can control it a bit and spawn more of these little containers and make looting a bit more interesting. Also with regards to houses. And speaking of houses, I really, really like this.
This is incredible. Just look at the difference between the version that is out now and this amazing piece of art. Like, look at all this stuff. Look at all this crap. It's incredible.
Yeah, I really like how the level designers filled
Yeah.
otherwise empty area
Yeah,
of
it's
those.
completely empty,
Yeah.
I think, in the
Yeah, it
game
is.
right
It
now.
was like
yeah, there is like not a
work
zero
in
container.
progress, and this is
And this is
nearing the
incredible.
result, and I love it.
Also, someone at our Twitch was asking if the looting update is going to happen in the 0.6. Is it going to be there?
Yeah, so all these changes we are talking about, and like how the looting behaves, and the dots, and the changes in what is spawned, and the weapon parts, this is coming in 0.6. So yeah, that's another point. So there are significant changes in the crafting system. Also, I would say, completely rebalanced the shelter improvement costs and also resources needed, because the original system in 0.5 had a few issues. I think I'm okay, I'm safe almost. It's just a work in progress mechanic in there. Also, sometimes it happened that you were stuck because you couldn't find enough. I think it was wires.
Yeah.
So we took a look on that, and we just changed the prices. So the flow is more natural. It's much more easy to progress, and what you find actually reflects what you are able to build in your shelter. Therefore, I can confirm that there will be a reset or wipe for 0.6. So everyone will start anew. So there are more shelter improvement levels to get in a more convenient way, which we can test thanks to the reset. Also, you will be able to see the change in the beginning of the game with some hints and guidance. So it will be more understandable.
Yeah.
And should you show it to, I don't know, your friends, it will be more easy for them to understand what is going on, what is it about.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
is this.
So, any questions, guys? Put them in. So Tiki Warriors on our Mixer channel asks if there will be daily and weekly goals, and this is something that obviously this is just bare bones of the game. This is the core loop. We are still improving it, and we are actually planning to improve, more things and more goals to your everyday gaming experience,
Yes.
obviously.
So those like various challenges or daily or weekly goals.
Mhm.
We have some plans regarding that. They
Mhm.
will not be coming in 0.6. They are planned for later,
Yeah.
but definitely something we look onto. We would like to find a like good way how to implement that, not just
Mhm.
do it for the sake of doing it, but make
Yeah.
it fun and interesting and engaging. So that's definitely something that will be coming in the
Mhm.
future.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys have your answer. On Mixer, another question. Are you able to add moving targets in the shooting range? Well, I think it would be possible, but it's definitely not our top priority to add moving targets,
No.
even though we get quite a lot of those ideas also on our forums and on Reddit, which I usually go through, and then I make a list, and then we weekly mostly share it with the team just what the community is thinking. And I remember that there were a few people that were talking about maybe some kind of a knife game we should include inside of the map while they are waiting for the match. And stuff like that. So people are pretty creative when it comes to waiting times. I'm
Yeah.
sure about that.
There's a lot of ideas always, and we need to pick what
Hmm.
is good for the game, what is fitting the setting, what we can do with the resources given, and
Yeah.
with the priorities, of course.
Hmm.
So there are definitely some plans for the shooting range. One thing that I will like sneak peek or leak a bit,
Hmm.
because I'm really excited about that. We are looking into the way how to basically give you a target that would help you test the damage of the weapons. So we would like to
Wow,
have a target
impressive.
that
Yeah.
would help you understand how powerful the weapons are. I
Interesting.
have no ETA for this one, but it's
Hmm.
something that is shaping up nicely. We probably will be able to get it eventually,
Yeah,
and
this
I'm really
sounds
really
really
happy
cool.
about it.
Hmm. Will it be possible in the future to know the players after playing with them, like who killed me and stuff like that?
Yes, definitely. Like the game has really
Hmm.
this lone wolf like approach or
Yeah.
feeling, but at the same time we are humans. We like interacting with each other, either
Hmm.
being friends or being foes. It doesn't matter. So there will be ways how to find out who is with me in the match, who
Hmm.
I've killed, who killed me. Um,
Yeah, it's
I also
it's
like this
it's
one.
still, yeah, it looks super cool. I mean, guys, it's still work in progress, but from what I have seen, it looks really freaking cool. Like all of the screens where you will see the other players and stuff
Yep.
like that playing it with you in the match. It looks really cool, and you should be excited to see it. But obviously, there is still a lot of work. It's definitely not going to be in the zero point 0.6, so we have still plenty of time to show you all of those things in the future.
We have some very keen observers.
Mhm.
Someone noticed that looting the airdrop takes much longer. Yeah, it
Oh,
was intended a long time ago to
yeah.
have
To
that
make it like
interaction
harder.
longer.
Yeah. Well,
So
it makes sense because it's really huge box, and you have to uncover all of the sheets that are over it and then take
yeah,
the
and
things
also
out.
it
So
should be a bit of a risk because with
yeah,
with the
absolutely.
previous interaction it
Hmm.
was really simple to just run to it and
Yeah.
grab it and run away. So
Hmm.
this will require a bit more planning. It's not like too long, but yeah, definitely something to consider when you are getting the airdrop.
Yeah. Someone is saying I will be more nervous getting it now. Well, obviously this is what we are aiming for. Definitely. Like I can imagine all of the people, being right at the airdrop area and just waiting for each other to kill them because no one wants to take the airdrop now when it takes
Yeah,
one
it's
hell
it's
of a
it's gonna
time.
be a lot of fun.
Uh, okay. So, what do we do now? Any questions, guys? Give us them questions. You have them, put them in the chat right about now. So you are running out of the map. I don't know what we wanted to show them. Yeah, and someone was asking about all of the small thingies on the map, like if we can tell them what they mean and stuff like that.
Um, Small thingies on the map. So all the icons, right?
Yeah, the marks.
So all those markers
Mhm.
are points of interest. There's a lot of them, and the filled ones are discovered. You can see their names.
Mhm.
The hollow ones are undiscovered, so I haven't been there yet. The progress is saved across like multiple matches, so I
Mhm.
can, over the course of several matches, I can discover the whole map. It's kind of to get this sense of discovery or exploration to the game.
Yeah,
Also,
that's really
we
nice.
basically try to make reaching those points really interesting, since they are
Mhm.
points of interest. Uh,
Well,
and
yeah.
so usually you can
Mhm.
find some loot almost guaranteed there. So it's a good idea to go there if you want to plan your movement in the level. You can just try
Mhm.
to explore the remaining ones or whatever you wish. Um, so those orange markers are map exits. So I can
Yeah.
exit the area anytime I want. The yellow star is my custom marker.
Mhm.
I can place it anywhere. I can see it in my compass. So it's to help me navigate, because I cannot
Mhm.
move when I use my map. So I need to plan using it a bit in advance, so I
Mhm.
am not shocked when I'm staring, in the map. And also there is a radiation now more pronounced, so it's clear where it is coming from and even where approximately it is, which is a great
Yes.
improvement in my opinion.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm leaving.
Yeah, you're leaving. Do you
Also, we
uh-huh.
removed the instant
Yeah, the
leaving.
instant escape. Yeah, I remember.
So the stones
You were
are there, but
yeah,
I need
you
to
were
wait.
talking about it like already a few months ago. I remember, and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be
Yeah.
horrible. But yeah, it makes sense, and it's much more risky now, and it adds to the atmosphere. But I've been using it myself quite a lot in the game, so
Yeah.
definitely not making it easier. So let's see, guys. Any questions? Put them in the chat. Put them in the chat. We still have plenty of time. Um, what I love the instant escape. Oh my god, that's a game changer.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
We can probably go to the Xbox in the meantime, so we
Yeah,
can continue in there.
absolutely. I can jump to the actual game that you can all play right now. And as you can remember, this particular I don't know what I wanted to tell. Well, anyways, yeah, that my character is pretty new, so I do not really have
Anything.
anything at all. I have like one shelter improvement and that's it. Which is also something that can bring us to the big news that we have for you, or are we not going to say it right now? You know, the big news, the news that will.
All the news are big.
Well, they are pretty big for some people, you know, but they should have been expecting it. But I can just wait for a little while. And meanwhile, we are going to have a look at Gruntheim, which is the map that we were just now in, right?
Yeah.
So we can see the difference between the 0.6 version and the current
That's
version.
true.
So,
And I just realized that we actually got the nice, lovely weather on Grondheim,
yeah.
but we have a dynamic weather incoming.
Yeah, exactly. So this is something you guys may remember from the last stream. I even showed you the really cool screenshot. I think it was from Fisk Factory, but I'm not sure. That the weather is going to change, and you will never know which weather are you going to get. If it's going to be rainy and foggy or sunny and stuff like that. And people seem to love it, really.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Mm-hmm.
NBV Boa V, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. The fun part of the game is that the shelter is placed where I grown up. Please do send us the pictures. I would
Yeah,
love to
that
see.
would be
I would
so
love to see that.
freaking cool. Yeah, like actually, I think that most of them aren't real places because we really wanted to, stay creative and really have the
Yeah, it's
freedom.
just heavily inspired by
Yeah,
the
exactly. By the
nature, the
nature,
environment, the
the
architecture.
environment, and not exactly like real life places. So it would be really cool to actually see something like that.
Hmm.
That's really freaking cool. So when we were talking in the last stream about the things that are going to happen in the next update, obviously they were new weapons which we showed, improved shooting, which you oh shit. Well, well, I was not paying attention. Sorry about that. Excuse my language, please. But right now I have the time to look at the list of the things that I wanted
Okay.
that I was like looking at once I was killed. So new weapons, improved shooting, shelter builder expanded, which is really cool. Crafting reworked, which we talked about right now. New veteran levels, which we talked about right now, and rarity of items, which is really freaking cool.
I
There's
almost expected the chats to spam F.
yeah. And yeah, also improved animation system, which you could have seen, I think, when you were at the shooting
Yeah, but
range.
it's in progress. It will allow us to
Mhm.
make a lot of tweaks, make the movement really fluid and awesome.
Yes. And improved tutorial, which we were talking about, like all of the
Hmm.
markers and stuff like that, which is going to make your life easier if you are new to the world of Vigor. And I'm going to change my outfit because why the hell not? And I think that we can actually answer some of the questions that we gathered throughout the week.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, sure.
the first questions are from our Twitter. So release date for 0.6. We already said that.
Still end
End
of
of
the October.
Exactly. When are those coming? Well, it's our top priority. So, guys, we make sure to work on it as hard as possible, but still, we cannot promise anything, but they are coming, believe me, and they will be there really soon. And will we see 3 maps in rotation? Or only 2 maps? And if we can make them rotate on a 24-hour cycle.
We have been discussing the cycles, especially once we get duos in. Eventually, it will be really needed for us to find a good way how to make a good fluid cycle with reasonable wait times for the matches, especially since we would like to separate single player or single instances where you go solo and the duo ones. So I have no like final decision to share yet, but we are looking into it, and we are even speaking about some like
Holy moly.
faster map rotation. Especially since the weapon parts I was talking about earlier, they are actually level specific. So some parts that you will find in one map are not available anywhere else. So you really need to make sure you will go to the map, get as many of the parts as you can, and then craft as many guns as you can possibly use.
Exactly. And the second question from our Twitter, which is not really a question, is more of like an idea. So we have to work on the sounds of our own characters because the footsteps sounds as if the enemy is on the left or behind you. Okay, so like if I'm walking, it sounds like there's someone behind me. Okay, but I think
Yeah,
that we are already working on this.
That is reported from 0.5. I believe it was fixed.
Yeah,
so
I also think it
so
was
it should be fine.
Yeah, and working on gun handling mechanics should be the main focus.
Definitely. Like maybe as I said, the reason why the combat system or the weapon handling didn't feel quite right in 0.5 is really a complex one. There are a few really big systems that are intertwined, and we have people on each of them to make it better. That's why it's taking some time as well. The weapon handling in 0.6 is much better, partially because of the updates of the or improvements in the system itself. As I said, I'm a designer. I'm not really proficient in talking about how exactly it's solved in the code.
Yeah.
So we can talk about it more in the next stream. But it feels much better. It allowed us to tweak a lot of properties, really with regard to each of the weapons, so it feels different and reasonable. So I'm sure Mas was speaking about it on his stream.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really helping. Also, there is a very decently implemented aim assist, which I really like. It's just the glue or the stickiness of targeting when you are aiming at someone. So the game kind of helps you to keep the aim. So that's really something that's helping a lot. In general, there's a lot of small improvements, and I believe that the gunfights are like possibly better in comparison to 0.5.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, and the second set of questions is actually from our forum. Bento asked about the specific date for 0.6, which we already answered many times, and also how far away are the duos, which is also something we just now talked about. And the second question was by Sir James II. Anything about possible PvE? Whether it will be AI bandits or wild animals?
So as I was answering this like quite a few times during like Gamescom, for example.
Exactly, yeah.
It's something that we love to see, but it's at this point it's not a part of the core game, and it would like divert our resources from more pressing matters. So not in any kind of foreseeable future, but eventually we hope to get some sort of this kind of gameplay as well, because it makes sense in this kind of world, but it has to wait for the time being.
Well, that was fast.
Merciless.
That was fast. I was expecting him from behind the green thing. Anyway.
Okay.
Are we ready for the big news?
Of course. Shoot.
Well, maybe you should start. It's something really really hard for me to say, because this is something I've been discussing with the community quite a lot, and people tend to not understand how is it going to happen, why is it going to happen, and that is actually for the greater good.
I already confirmed the wipe. You weren't paying attention, were you?
I wasn't paying attention. Like when was it? When you were playing?
I think it was when I was running around that beautiful filled warehouse in Grondheim.
Yeah, I was actually looking inside of chat. So, but someone was still asking about the vibe. So maybe we should repeat it. Yeah.
So due to the significant changes in the crafting system and the shelter progression system, we decided that it's really a good idea to follow or to tie 0.6 with a wipe, so everyone will start anew with like 0 progression. That will allow us to test like how the new crafting system works, how the new pricing of shelter improvement works. So there's a lot of important information and a lot of feedback we can gather from it. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like I think that mostly guys already understand that. But I will make sure to also share it on social media, for those of you who weren't lucky enough to catch us at today's stream, because it's something that we haven't stated clearly just yet, and it's going to happen really soon with the 0.6 update. So,
I was reading a chat a bit, and there are some questions like,
uh-huh.
or the feedback that the reload animation sometimes doesn't work. Yes, that's true.
It's going to be fixed.
It should be fixed in 0.6. That's
Exactly.
connected with one of the more complex systems in the game. Why is there a bloody teddy bear?
Yeah, this is the question I like.
It was an Easter egg. I think it's gone already.
Not sure.
Or maybe
I think it's
gone,
gone,
but
or it's going to be gone in the 0.6.
Likely, but I think we will be doing some Easter eggs in the future.
Yeah, and
Just for
people
fun.
seem really excited about it. It's actually part of the many ideas that I've read that they love the Easter egg thingies, and they would even love like Easter egg stories from like before the war and stuff like that. So someone is asking if they still can pick a new appearance after the wipe.
Yes, I believe so. More than that, if I'm not mistaken,
There is going to be more.
there's going to be more. I think as we talked about earlier today, that the faces will be changeable in 0.6.
You mean like you like changeable, like if you have a
Yeah.
new character, or like changeable during the game actually?
During the game.
Wow, that's really cool. I think that when we were last talking about it, we weren't sure yet that the faces are going to be changeable, but it's really cool, and many people were actually asking about it. So hopefully you guys are happy about it. Anyway, this question has many parts. So, sometimes when I spawn, it seems other players spawn very close by, and within seconds I am in a gunfight. Any upcoming spawn adjustments, especially with duos coming in?
So, we are still like evaluating the positioning of the spawns and how people like play it. We have some reports that there are players playing the game in a way that they spawn, they remember where other spawns are, so they try to rush to other spawn and take other Outlanders by surprise. So always be wary. It may happen, like you're never safe, even if you are shortly after spawning, you are not safe. It's kind of intentional, but if it's over certain threshold, we will be tweaking that probably via the positioning of the spawns. The duos, in regard to spawning, the plan is to spawn both of you at the same spot, so like close to each other. So you start at a certain point together. You don't have to cross half of the level to find each other, and you just proceed smoothly from that point. You loot together, you need to communicate who takes what. We don't have any sort of system at this point to kind of automatically share the loot or instance it. It's intentionally made in a way that you need to talk to each other and decide who takes what, including the airdrop, should you take one.
Exactly.
So it's really about cooperating with each other. Will duels have friendly fire? Yeah, you can shoot your partner.
Yeah, that's
So
actually
be careful.
really cool. Be careful and choose your partner, wisely.
Wisely.
because once you take the airdrop, it's
There's
every man
also
for
a question
himself.
about the door noises. The door sound is in there, and
They were already improved in the last changelog, actually.
yeah, I believe they are live. So yeah.
Yeah. They definitely are. It was like huge, and everyone was happy about it. It was in the last changelog, and you can see it inside of the game right now, and also on our forum where it's stated and stuff like that. Did my question about the updates priority get answered? My network is laggy. So, like, what are our top priorities for the 0.6 update?
I'm not sure
Well,
what the original question was.
yeah, this was the
Oh,
original
I see.
question.
Okay.
So, for what is the top priority for the next update? Was the question basically?
For 0.6?
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely technical stuff. So improving the shooting, improving the combat, improving the moving, fixing various bugs like I cannot shoot, I cannot go prone, I cannot loot, I cannot do this or that. So definitely these kind of fixes, including some like stability issues to be fixed. So 0.6 in fact is mostly about the core technical aspects of the game. At the same time, we decided to um, make some improvements or changes to some core systems like looting and the shelter progression, as we were speaking about earlier. Um, Also, one of the bigger priorities was a lot of UI improvements.
Yeah.
So the map, for example, if you open the map now, you have the red circle for the airdrop, which is confusing for many players because it feels like it's something dangerous. So in
Yeah,
the
that's true.
0.6, it's actually green.
Mhm.
So the color scheme was adjusted to be clearer. Sorry. Also, there is more information in the map to be displayed, including like points of interest and radiation wave and so on.
Yeah, which is really cool.
So the top priorities: technical aspect, core
Exactly.
systems, some UI stuff. That's about it. And
That's
also, we want to find ways how to deliver some smaller content patches in the meantime. So we have some interesting stuff, work in progress to be released, not together with the next big update with 0.7, but in between those two. So we keep you engaged and interested.
and so like
Hopefully coming back to play some
Yeah.
more.
And we have plenty of questions from our Reddit, which was incredible. And it was made mostly by one person, which is Kurashi. I'm definitely misspelling the name, but that's not the main point. So, the first question. I have always noticed that a lot of houses have trap doors in the floor. Are those planned to eventually be functional?
Functional. Yeah, okay. So there are currently no plans doing that. So sorry, those are just for decoration.
But
But
still look pretty cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that's about it. You know, we are still humans. We love pretty things. So that's
Like trapdoors in
like trapdoors.
houses
Yeah,
to
absolutely, and
hide some
bloody bears and like
bloody bears and hide some bodies in your
um,
cellar. Okay, okay.
yeah, that's
Um,
actually it. Will some houses eventually have locked doors?
uh, well, at the moment we are trying some mechanics. I think that Pekka leaked it a bit on the last stream. So yeah, we are trying something around that to have something locked away from you that you need to get inside. Maybe get some reward for doing so. It's a part of
Yes.
things that we really want to focus on after 0.6 and before 0.7 to get more objectives or interesting things to do inside of the levels. By the way, I heard some shooting, so be careful.
And I'm not sure if it's behind me or before me, but it was pretty far away, so
Yeah, likely.
who cares? And the next question is there, maybe I shouldn't like stand there like an idiot. Is there a chance that in the future there might be randomly selected houses which were boarded up when the family left in the anticipation of looting? So if you break down the boards, you will find an organized, clean house inside with better loot. That's really detailed. That's really
Yeah. Maybe
wow.
not exactly in the shape and form, but yeah, as I spoke about just a
Just
minute
now.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
something like that. It makes sense to you have something that is barred away and you need to kind of break in and gather something more valuable than usual. You missed the plane,
Yeah,
right?
I missed it, but
Yeah.
I've heard it, so it has to be somewhere because I'm right in the middle of the red circle. So
Yeah, it was another like spoiler. We will have a plane.
we will have a plane. Yeah, this is something that many people asked about. Like, we want the damn plane, and we want to see it, and we want to, do things to it. Ah, here it is. Oh God.
Totally safe.
Totally. So let's move it. Let's
Yeah.
freaking move it. So as you can see, even I can have a tiny little bit of luck.
And
So
as they say, they never learn. Like I remember on the last stream we made together, I gave you a hint about opening the map and placing the exit marker.
yeah, but here somewhere around here is the exit point.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to find it eventually. Maybe not.
It's up there, behind
It's
you.
up there. Okay, cool. So I will have to run in another direction. But I'm
Run
still
for a
perfectly
swan.
capable of jumping to the next questions from our Reddit and doing it both, at the same time. So, and you probably can't see it on the monitor next to me. So I will read it to you once I get to the exit
there.
point, which is right over there. And there is still the
Cheating stone.
yeah. I love my
Congratulations.
cheating stones. So, yes, return to the shelter and let's move on to the other questions. Are there any plans for more dynamic elements like the airdrop? The idea that cargo plane is flying overhead adds some more liveliness.
Yeah, in general, there should be more things going on over the course of the match. Some will be just, or, well, I don't want to promise anything at this point, but the idea is to have some more like environmental or, these sort of effects that are just happening. You may react to them, or you may ignore them, or you need to react to them. Just they are happening. So excited that you are not listening at all.
No, I'm definitely
Yeah,
not.
just looting.
It's the excitement from the wooden crate, and it also reminded me of the very first Vigor meme I have ever seen on our social media, which was like when you are opening the wooden crate and the control literally shit itself. And there is the old woman like getting on the ground, and it's absolutely awful and perfect at the same time. So
like all the memes.
like all them dank memes, but this was so perfect because like it was about our baby, so
Okay.
it was so I took it personally. I was really proud of our community at that very moment. It was wonderful.
Right.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, surely glad to hear that. So yeah, in general, there should be more things going on in the levels
Yes.
as soon as we like do them,
Cool.
prepare them, and release them.
Yes. Next question. Are airdrops always going to have 100% chance to occur during an encounter, or will they eventually be replaced with other opportunities?
So
Interesting question.
yeah, at the moment and for 0.6, the airdrop is guaranteed. It will come.
Yeah?
We are currently experimenting with some objectives that will change that. I would say it's a good idea to do a little twist every now and then, so it's not necessarily sure that the airdrop will come.
Yes.
So probably someone needs to do something before that. So basically these kind of things.
No, I don't even have that. Well, never mind. Will we jump back to the 0.6 version, or are we going to stay in this one?
We can stay in this one.
Yeah,
That's fine.
absolutely. I just wanted to ask to make sure. So we already answered this question, right? So we can jump to the next one, which is the sixth question. The assumption at the moment is that all players are Outlanders and will always have the general incentives an Outlander would have. Is there a chance that in the future we will be able to take on rare contracts via the radio as a specialist who knows the area? Wow, those questions are pretty thought through.
Yeah, well, as probably players have noticed, we have some background story going on, which is
Yes.
not like really pronounced in the game itself at this
No,
point.
definitely
We
not.
would like to expand it in the future. Uh, I, I really don't have any like details at this point, but I think it makes sense to like have something going on which is not necessarily tied to the person of one Outlander. Just it's about
Yeah.
getting loot, shooting someone else, and getting back. So there are some plans regarding this, which we will talk about more when we are ready.
Exactly. And the last set of questions. Wow, this was huge. So, many free-to-play games have more direct forms of keeping players updated or engaged, and I'm wondering if you're considering doing anything like that. Uh, like signing up to mailing lists and stuff like that. Well, this is actually something that mostly I take care of. So I will definitely make sure to consider that. Right now, there is only me doing this stuff. It's still, it takes a lot getting used to. But I think when it comes to direct contact, we are doing pretty great job because even like people from the team are usually hanging out on our forums or on Twitter.
Yeah.
We also know many people by name, and by their face, of course, from social media. But I will definitely look into more, in-depth, kind of like direct form of engagement with the community. So I will take that one on myself. The store page lists Vigor as already Xbox One X enhanced, but I'm curious if all of the enhancement work is already implemented.
So I asked our programmer lead earlier today about this, so I have some like
Fresh info.
Fresh info. So yeah, there is a dynamic resolution scaling in the game, which goes up to 4K on Xbox One X, and there are some plans that I was allowed to talk about to have some higher resolution textures on One X. So yeah, those are the improvements we have at the moment.
Yes. And the last question. Will you be at Xbox 2018 event in Mexico City in November?
So we won't.
We won't.
We won't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not at this time.
Well, but we will hopefully see you somewhere real soon. But yeah, there is actually no event planned until the end of the year, I think.
As far as I know, there is not for us, but I'm sure that we will attend some events. We had a great time at Gamescom.
Yeah, it was incredible.
We had a wonderful time at ID at Xbox.
Yeah,
pre-PAX event. That was awesome.
The pre-PAX event and the PAX West itself was also really atmospheric,
Really
so it
great.
was really nice. But sadly, no November events this year. So hopefully see you guys very soon in person somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Anyway, so this was, I guess, the last question. Maybe I have some more. Yes, I have some more. So there is one more question from our Reddit and one more question from our forum. So let's jump to the forum question, should we? How customizable will weapons be? So, for example, the Dragonov at the menu screen will be able to we will be able to color the different parts of the weapon, like the cheek pad and weapon strap and stuff like that.
So the plans regarding customization of the weapons, like we are talking about cosmetic customization, is to have a full skin for the weapon eventually in the future. So there will be various skins really optimized for that particular weapon, so it looks really nice. So it's not like painting it freely, but you can pick one of the awesome skins that our artists will make.
Yay!
Yay.
So this is the answer. And a question from Reddit. How are you guys planning to monetize your game since it's free to play on release? Are the loot crates going to be purchasable, for example? So you won't be able to buy the airdrop. The wooden crate is not going to be in the store. Basically, most of the in-game purchases are going to be cosmetics.
It's going to be cosmetics. It's going to be something that will save you perhaps some time. We are carefully trying to find a system and tune it so it's not like in any sort of pay to win.
Absolutely.
So it's not about like
yeah.
gaining a tangible advantage
No.
over anyone else, and also anything in terms of like items that we will sell are obtainable by other means via playing the game.
Exactly. This is the important part. Everything you can buy, you can also get by playing the game. It's simple as that, but it should answer your question. So this was the last question, and I actually promised to show you the founder spec hat. So
Okay. I will let you do that.
well, you can actually continue. I just like switch the screen so you can see it in like more positions and from close up. So if you want to say something, say it now.
It would be a spoiler, though.
Well, spoilers are fine with me.
Okay. So we have been doing that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, showing the hat. Oh, you mean the in-game one?
Well, yeah, absolutely. So you can see the hat on his head. It's perfect. We have it in like real life. I think that it's actually not on our store. I will try to eventually get it on there. For now, you can already buy the Vigor shirts that you could have seen everywhere, and also the Vigor t-shirts, which you can see right here. It's really pretty t-shirt. And the hats are not available right now, but as you can see, they look stunning, as much as the in-game hat, which you can see on the screen. Here is a close-up, and here is the handsome man, with the axe and the hat on, which is super freaking cool. And you could have seen him on the founder spec, like cover art that we have already shown you. Anyway, I think that we have time for one last question, because today we have been streaming for quite a long time. Actually,
it was fun.
we were pretty scared that today's stream is not going to be so long, but eventually we have been streaming for 1 hour already. So last question: are we getting that axe in the game? Well, we have been discussing this, of course. Definitely not part of the 0.6 update, so sorry about that. But we were discussing all of the possibilities about more melee weapons and stuff like that, so hopefully, someday.
Hopefully, eventually, like.
Hopefully, eventually, like, all of the...
It's like not in immediate plans to add
it's
more
definitely not to
melee
priority.
weapons. Also
Yeah.
in regarding to the animations and so on. So it's like something that can wait for a bit, I would say.
And someone is telling us, not gonna lie, the dude on the screen right now looks exactly like me. Oh, that's so sweet, like,
So we have some handsome gentleman
handsome
in the
young
chat.
man over there. Absolutely. So, anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. We have really enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
And see you hopefully very soon. If you have any questions, just leave them on our Twitter, on the forum. You can still post your questions under the last thread about the questions for today's stream. I will make sure to answer them. Also, if you have any ideas, just throw them at us on whatever social media you find the most attractive. I always try to make a list of all the things that the community is saying and then sharing it with the team. Thank you so much, and hopefully see you very soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye, guys.
Have a good one.